Okay, so we are going to review from what we learned from last week. So I would like a few volunteers to talk about these slides so that we can refresh our memory. And this will help you to answer your Kahoot questions. Okay. All right. Tata Thomas, go ahead.
We learned about, like, for example, like if you got drunk, then like a lot of bad things would happen.
Very good. So if you are drunk or if you're addicted to any type of intoxicant, there are 6 things that can happen to you.
For example, you said that like your friend got like really drunk and he started speaking his language, and you said that you didn't know what he said, but even though he know what you said, he couldn't figure out how to speak English.
Right, right. Very good. That. Thank you. Thank you.
Excuse me. Can you put my dad in the demo hall, please?
Sure.
All right, Tata Ricky.
For the slide that says Buddha's code of discipline, so the middle path is basically the path that the Buddha takes, and the middle path is for like us, we're lay people, so we use luxurious things, and for monks they do extreme things, so it's like half and half. That's why it's called the middle path.
Very good. That. Thank you. Okay, to me, Michelle.
So the one that says Professor Mingula, what to learn and to do.
To me, Michelle, could you please talk a little louder or come close to the microphone?
So last week in the one that says Professor Mingla, what to do and what to learn and do. We were learning about basically like to be well trained in moral conduct, and then we talked about the Stigalovada Sutta, and then we talked about some like passages from it, and it was like all based on to be well trained in moral conduct.
Thank you, Tmingale. Thank you very much. Okay, anybody would like to discuss about the what is Loka Niti? Okay, so Loka Niti is a guideline or instructions or principles that carry along our Burmese Buddhist tradition. These are the guidelines for us to practice as layperson in life. And a lot of these are taken from different sutras that Buddha preached, how to live in our daily life. Okay. So remember, I explained to you that when your parents were young, I was young, at school, we had to learn this. Okay. These days, schools are not allowed to teach this anymore because it is considered religious. So, but this is a very, very good guidelines. Not only, you don't have to be a Buddhist. A lot of these guidelines are for anyone. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you believe in Buddhism or not. These are just general guidelines. So that's it's a called law, called Loka Niti, and that's guide us to do good things and not to do bad things. All right. Okay. So that's what we learned last week, and we read about Sigala, right? So can someone tell us about this young man, what he did before he met Buddha? All right, Brianda.
Before his father died, he said to pray to the directions, the north, south, west, east, above, and down.
Okay. Very good. Did he understand what he was doing?
No.
No. All right. But Kevin, when he met Buddha, what did Buddha tell him about those 6 directions? who want to answer that question? Okay, so the question is, when Buddha meet him, or when he met Buddha, what did Buddha tell him about those 6 directions? What's the meaning of those 6 directions? All right, Yeti,
The
go ahead.
6 directions meant like his parents, his teachers, and like they symbolize not the actual directions, but people that taught him.
Right, very good. So the directions, meaning people who direct you, right? So those people, okay, in our life, people direct us to different ways, right? You have your parents. Your parents will direct you to the right way, right path, right? We have our teachers who direct us to the right path. We have great friends, good friends who direct us to the good path. Well, sometimes we have bad friends who direct us to do bad things like smoking, drinking, doing all these breaking 5 precepts. So those are the basically directions. So bound down to 6 direction doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to bound down to actual east and west and south and north and up and down, right? So bound down to those people who give you the direction, the right path in your life, right? So you bound down to your parents because not only that they are taking care of you, they brought you to this life and they teach you, they take care of you financially, education-wise, your life, right? Decision making. Now that's the reason why you should bound down, right? But his father told him literally, well, bound down to 6 directions. Apparently he didn't explain to his son, and his son literally took it. And every morning, what does he do? Sophia time.
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right, Ricky.
He comes out with wet garments and wetens his shirt and pants, and then he like bows down to the directions.
Very good. Tami Marina. Marina.
Wait, every morning when he wakes up, he bows down to the north, south, east, and west.
Very good, me. Thank you. Okay. Now, Miranda, what do you think? Why does he wet his head and the garment or the clothes? What does it mean? What does it represent? There's a meaning, but of course it was not in the book and I didn't explain to you. But there is a meaning why his father told him, wet your hair and wet your garment. What does it mean? What does it represent?
I don't quite remember.
You don't quite remember. No, yeah. Do you remember the story though? He woke up early in the morning, right? And he wet his hair, his garment, and he goes to the center of the town, go to different directions, bound down to different directions. So I explained to you why different directions, but I did not explain, I was not in the story, why did his father tell him to wet his hair and to wet his clothes? There's a meaning. All right, Yidi?
Holy water.
Holy water, yes, but for what reason though? What's the meaning of holy water?
Purify.
Purify what?
Demons. Do you know that's what holy water is for?
No, not quite yet. Anybody want to think? What does it represent?
Liberation, perhaps?
Liberation? Not quite there. You guys are thinking too much. Sometimes
Freedom.
don't think too much. What does water do to you? Clean you and
Purify us.
purify? No.
Quench our thirst. Quench our thirst.
Once you thirst, okay. You're thinking a little too much. What do you feel if? Okay, tell me, Sandra.
Water keeps us alive.
There you go.
What did you say?
Keeps us alive.
Keep
Boom.
us alive. Okay, well, you're thinking a little too deep too. What does water do to your body, Michelle?
It cleans us.
Cleanse that. Okay. 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 Kenneth?
Gets you wet.
Get you wet.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh.
Definitely. Yeah, William.
That was mine.
Okay. All right. So here, whenever we are stressed, whenever we're angry, whenever we are upset, what happened to our body and our brain? Let's say that you're angry, you're thinking, what color do you draw? Red, right? Good. So when someone's angry, face become red, ear become red, nose become red, and you draw that red color, right? What does it mean by that? What happened to your body temperature? Up, hot, right? So what does water do to you? Cool you down. So what does it mean by that is before you bound down to all these 6 directions, all these 6 different types of people who give you the right direction, you're gonna keep yourself cool, right? If your brain is thinking too much, anger, right? Greed, anything negative, cool it down. And cool down your whole body too. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna take a shower, cleanse yourself, okay, and wet your hair. It doesn't mean that. What I mean by that is you're gonna get rid of all these anger, right? All this negative energy in you. That's what it means. Only after that you bound down to those 6 directions. You got it? So that's what I meant. Okay, very good then. Hope you're ready for the quiz. Right, you're ready for the Kahoot? So let's go to Kahoot. All right, so this is very straightforward, right? What path shall we go on? So the Buddhism choose the middle path. Buddhism avoid 2 extremes, right? Self-indulgence, we avoid it, right? Self-mutilation, we avoid it too. So we go the middle path, okay? So that's why this is the right answer. All right, good job, Andrew, Kevin, Sarah, Sophia, Ton, and Eric. Welcome to the board. Good job. All right, get ready for next Kahoot. Okay, so the question is, what 3 things are part of the Sigalovada Sutta? All right, so protect close relationships, avoid evil ways, choose true friends. There's something that you should get job that gives you good energy, but it cannot be any job. It gotta be a positive or good job, right? Let's say if you sell drugs or if you trade weapons and you become billionaires, the Buddhism do not recommend that. Sigalovada Sutta do not recommend that, right? So it cannot be any job. It has to be a positive or wholesome job. Yeah, getting lots of money is great, but it cannot be any job. That's the reason why this is the wrong answer. Right, very good. Okay, Eric going all the way. So if you're one and kind, going up, and Yadi and Ricky, welcome to the board. Good job. All right, next one. All right, so this is straight from the story, right? Because his father on his deathbed, just before he died, told him to worship the 6 directions. So this is very straightforward question, right? Okay. All right, Eric is still leading. Yeti is going up, and Touch, welcome to the leaderboard. And Kind and Sophia, same. All right, very good. Get ready for next one. All right, so this is a very tricky questions, okay? So if you got around, don't feel bad about it because it's not easy. So not only regular Buddhism, you gotta understand Buddhism and you gotta apply it in your real life, okay? Now, once you understand Buddhism and apply it, not only that you know how to apply it, you actually have to get from this. Here, big brain means that you have a lot of pinya, right? So sila, samadhi, and pinya, right? So when you get a lot of pinya, then you get to a state, right? That state basically is nibbana, which means non-existent. Okay, that's why this is the right answer. So if you didn't get it right, it's okay because it's difficult. Get ready for next one.
Okay.
Oops, I accidentally pressed next. But yeah, you shouldn't be doing any of that, and you should be living a happy life without intoxicants. I was supposed to explain that. My bad. Okay, so this is apparently straight from the book. What this means is the 6 quarters, aka directions, is when, so for example, let's say your parents raised you, they took care of you, and now you have to do the same to them. Take care of them, and yeah, so reciprocal math. If you know math, you know what that means, but yeah.
Did I ask my big brain question?
Okay, go away. The answer is true. Going on. I'm up there. Okay. I'm first. Eric. Well, a lot of people go up. I don't know. I don't keep track, but yeah.
Wow.
Just got slow.
it's 227. That's sneaky little trick. Okay. But yeah. It's 227 monk rules. Future reference. So, congratulations, 9 of you. Oh, I died. Okay. Test first. Ricky is making comeback with 3. I'm third. Well, George is down near the leaderboard. Okay, going on.
Okay, so the question is also straightforward. Loga Niti teaches us the principles in our life, taken from a lot of sutra from Buddha, mostly. Okay, so very good. All right, Josh is going all the way up. Good job. All right, get ready for next one. Okay, so if you're a Buddhist, as a layperson, you gotta at least follow 5 precepts. Okay. Yes, of course, there are so many others. If you can, you can have 8 precepts, you can have 9, 10, or you can have 227. Doesn't matter. But you're gonna have at least these 5 precepts if you're a layperson, right? If you're a monk, if you're a nun, it's a lot more. Monk 227, right? So, but if you're a layperson, the code of discipline require you to have at least this. But if you can do more, oh, I want to do 6, I want to do 7, I want to do 8, 9, 10, that's okay. That's actually better. But you're going to have at least 5. Okay, very good. All right, Yeti and Eric going all the way up. Very good. Okay, we talk about possible 6 different category of negative things that you can get from addiction to any intoxicant, whether it's alcohol or drugs, smoking, doesn't matter. So, but there are 6 different types. Very good. Okay, Eric and George, Ricky going up. Good job. Okay, so there are the 2 extremes are self-indulgence, because it will make you to be lazy. It will make you to be attached to a lot of things that you shouldn't, or self-mortification, or you torture yourself. So we avoid these 2 extremes. We go the middle path, right? Okay. Okay, Ricky, Yadin going up. Sophia Tom, welcome to the board. Okay, let's go to our final question. Easy. Okay, so well, I hope you remember the different directions, what it means. Okay, so east, south, west, north, nitty. So, and zenith, right? So let's see. All right, Dylan. Good job, Dylan. And yes, all right. Yeah. The round after. All right, so we know shot.
Not sure.
All right, so we have been discussing about we know shot Susikito. So let me read that in Burmese. Nyo yo alike puchin taita sayai we need a titi go luji miba ton tempia yui tenja limu sui myo sui count to go mien count that thing koren winia to take cut. So that's in Burmese explanation. So I understand that some of you might not be able to read or understand Burmese. So let's look at it in English. It should be carried down your family from parents to children, the whole generation. Replicate and learn the good. So it is called Witnayo. So these principles are so good that you learn from your parents, then you give to your generation, give it to all your relative. You replicate it, okay, you expand it, you learn all the goods. Now, those principles are called Winiyo. So that's what it means, okay? That's the reason why we are learning this sutta. Okay, so this is what we talked about last week, the 6 dangers or 6 perils of addiction to intoxicant, whether that be alcohol, whether that be drugs, smoking, it can be anything, right? So anyone want to volunteer to read in Burmese here? Tata Pongkan tu, Tata, can you read this for us, please? Pongkan? In Burmese. Osayo Chen?
In Burma,
How did that? Yeah. Osayo Chen?
miếng khổ nha xá, gió cả thủ biểu, cho gió mẹ đỡ, mà lâu in gá, tình nhà nê ba, ít chào ba ca, tao xa tề giá, áp biệt đi.
Thank you, Ta. So, of course, this is in Burmese. So we discussed in detail about these 6. If you are addicted to any intoxicant, alcohol, wine, beer, smoking, drugs, these are the 6 negative things that will happen to you in your life. Loss of wealth, loss of good character, increase of quarrels, indecent exposure, possibly getting a lot of diseases, and you can think right. Okay, so I give you a few personal experience, okay, with my friends who got drunk and stuff. Now I'm going to tell you a little story today about what is in Buddha scriptures. How bad can intoxication be? So this is from the stories of Buddha, okay? So before, long time before the time of Buddha, there was a king. Now the king liked to drink alcohol so much. So he's drinking all the time. And he also has a very bad habit. One, he is drunk. He cannot make any decision. And even worse, he made very, very bad decision. And he always want to drink alcohol and eat meat at the same time. So he will drink, eat chicken, pork, anything. He wanna just eat it, just like in the pictures that you see. He's drinking, and the drumstick, the big drumstick of chicken or pork or any big drumstick he wanna eat. So unfortunately, there was a day that he was not supposed to drink. Somehow he started drinking, he became drunk. So he asked his royal cook, "Where's my meat?" And the royal cook is so scared, right? Because he knows that his king always will make bad decisions. He can even say, "Kill the cook," because there's no meat. So then the cook, being so scared, went to the queen. "Queen, help me out. My king is not drunk and I have no meat that he likes." Because he's a very great royal cook, the queen said, "Don't worry, I will help you. You know, even though he may be drunk, he loves his son very much. So he has a very young newborn child." So the queen took the child, took the little child, and went to the king. The king's already drunk. So the king said, "Where's my meat?" So the queen, trying to shun his attention towards meat, "Dear Lord, here's your son. Look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Isn't he cute? He's so lovely. That's your son. But he's so drunk. And all he think was meat." Guess what he did? He basically take the knife out, cut him, give it to the cook. Cook this so that I can eat. Okay, so he literally killed his own son. And I don't want to be really vivid. In the story, it was actually very vivid. He chopped the baby's head, okay? But the story is even more vivid than that, and I don't want to say that. So he literally killed his own son because he's so drunk, okay? Then give it to the cook. "Go cook this so that I can eat." Well, of course, the cook and the queen couldn't say anything because the king is the one who actually killed his own son. So the cook had to follow the orders. So cook the own son, give it to him. He ate it. Then, of course, next day he woke up because he was so drunk, right? He fell asleep from being drunk, woke up next day. The queen was crying, right? Everybody was scared. Now he's looking for what? What do you think he's looking for? His son, right? Not his meat. Yeah, he might be, no, because he woke up. Now he is not drunk anymore. Guess what he's looking for? He's like, "Hey, where's my son?" And he met his queen. "Hey, where's my son? Where's your son? I don't see him today." Then the queen said, "My lord, I don't want to talk about it." So what are you talking about? That's my son. You're going to tell me what happened. Did he die? Did he disappear? Someone took it away? I'll go find it out. Who took it away? Is my enemy? The queen kept on crying. So then he went to his minister. "Okay, if no one tell me what happened to my son, I'm going to kill you all." Of course, he is a very, very cruel king. So one of the ministers said, "My lord, I will tell you, but you're going to forgive me and you're going to promise me that you will not give us any punishment. And I will tell you only when I promise you. That's my son. I love him. I need to know what happened to him. I promise." whatever it is, I'm not going to punish you. I'm not going to punish anyone. I just need to know if my son's taken away by my animals, I'll go fight it now. So the minister said, my dear king, because you're so drunk last night, you kill your own son. Not only that, you give it to the cook has to prepare it as your meat for your drink. Guess what happened to the king?
He died. He killed everyone.
No, he didn't kill anyone.
He killed himself.
No.
He committed suicide. He committed suicide.
He
He needs to commit
passed out?
suicide. He is the worst. He is the worst king in history.
Right.
Passed out.
He passed out? No. So you know what? When I was young, that's what I thought too. You know, he probably could have killed himself. He did not. But because of the sorrow is so much. Okay. And he cried and he became really insane. And now because he became crazy, then he actually lost his throne. He was not a king anymore. Now, that is thought to be a real story from Buddha, okay? So that's what we learn. So that's in the Buddha story. So we talk about what alcohol and all the drugs can do to you last week, today. But this is a story from Buddha, okay? So you gotta be very careful. Even though it looks good, and even though you might think that, you know, it will never happen to me, you know, my friend's birthday, I'll just taste a little bit. That's how things start, okay? Now, look at the king. Now, as you know, all the prince and princess, they get great education. Don't think the king was very uneducated. He was very, very educated. But when you're drunk, your education's gone, right? You cannot make any good judgment. You can't make any good judgment. You're making a horrible decision to kill your own son, and not only that, eat your own son. Oh my goodness. I was, so you gotta be very, very, very careful of who you hang out with. And if your friends are going to force you to do these things, like, oh, just drink my birthday, you're my best friend, or I'm going to leave you if you don't drink for me, then you tell your friend, you know what, I love you, but I'm not going to do this. If you don't want to be my friend anymore, I'm sorry, it's okay, but I'm not going to do it. Now, believe me, in this country, a lot of people do that. Let me tell you a story that I had when I was working in a different hospital about 5 years ago. One day, a teenager came to the hospital, okay, accompanied by his own mother. He was thrown up. Okay, so initially we thought that this little kid's doing drugs. So we ran all the blood tests and urine tests, all the drug screens, came back negative, right? But he is literally thrown up in front of us, everything in his body coming out, thrown up constantly. But everything's negative. So I told mom, could you step out for a second? I need to talk to your son alone. So the mother stepped out. So I asked him, hey, look, be honest with me. Did you do any drug that we cannot run on your blood test or on your urine test? He said, no. You gotta be honest with me. I need to help you. Only what you tell me I can help you. Look, you're throwing up right in front of me. You're throwing your gut out. You could die. So I had to give him a lot of IV fluids and stuff. So then you must have done something. Tell me. So he started laughing. So I said, okay, wait a minute. If you're not doing drugs, I will call your mom back in. Is that okay with you? He said, yeah, fine. So I called his mom back into the exam room. So, okay, now look, mom, your son, he's going to tell me something, but he didn't do any drugs. So the mom was also very concerned that the mom also thought that he did drugs, but all the drug screens and all the tests came back normal. So then I told him, look, your mom is here. You better tell me what happened. What did you do? So he said, well, yesterday was one of my best friend's birthday. We went to the movie theater. So his friend who had birthday said, do you guys, there are 3 of them. So his friend told him, the birthday friend told him, if you guys really love me? So both of them, the other 2 guys said, yeah. How can you prove? So he said, okay, what do you want? How do you want us to prove? So in the movie theater, the cushion that they're sitting, so that one of the cushion in the corner is broken. So he dig out all these foam pieces from the cushion. So he took 2 pieces, told them, if you really love me, eat this. So the other friend did not, but this kid, he did. So I said, did you literally eat that sofa foam that thousands and thousands of people sit on the movie theater? Maybe they pee, they poop in there, they brought in little kids. Did you really eat that? And the mother said, really? So he said, yeah, Mom, I did that. Now, guess what? Even though at the time he thought, hey, I just want to show my friendship to my friend on his birthday, right? He wasn't a drunk. He just wanted to show, but he wasn't making a good judgment. But the other friend did. I don't know who the other friend was, because of course, nothing happened to him. He didn't come to the hospital, right? Now, this little kid ended up in hospital for 1 day because he was literally thrown up. I had to give a lot of medicine and a lot of IV fluid. Now, what I want you to learn from this is a lot of people, they love their friends. I'm sure you all love your friends. And a lot of you are ready to do things for your friends. But before you say yes to things, make sure whatever they're asking you is something good, right? No matter how much you love that friend, it could even be your boyfriend or girlfriend. What they're going to ask you is something stupid, just say no, right? That's my own personal experience, right? So some of you are teenagers already. Some of you are going to be teenagers. You will meet with a lot of friends just like that and say no, right? Very good. So that's the story that I learned from Buddha and my own personal story. Okay, now we're going to continue with the Singalawada Sutta. How many of you did the homework? Nobody submitted the homework that I asked you to. Okay, so last week we read about the dangers or perils from the addiction to intoxicant, and we discussed about the 6 things, right? Now we're going to continue with 6 perils by frequenting the street at unseemly hours. Okay, I want one of you to read. Marina, can you read for us, please?
Me?
Yes.
These are the 6
Perils
pearls by frequenting the streets at unseemly hours. He himself is without God or protection. So also are his wife and children. As is his property, he is liable to be suspected of crimes. He is a subject of false rumors. He will meet a lot of troubles.
Thank you, Tmingali. Okay, so now this young kid, he followed his father's advice, and every morning he wet his hair, he wet his whole clothes, okay, go out to the town, and he bound down to 6 directions till he met Buddha, and Buddha explained to him what those 6 directions are. Now, before we talk about the 6 directions, we're talking about the negative of being addicted to drugs and alcohol. Now, we're talking about another thing. We're talking about frequenting the streets at unseemly hours. What does it mean by that? What do you understand by this? Frequenting the streets at unseemly hours. Jackson.
Going out at night.
Very good. Going out.
It's scary.
Okay. So frequency means you are frequent, you go frequently, or you go quite often. The streets at unseemly hours. So the word unseemly here could be 2 meanings, right? One is just like Jackson just said, that nighttime, okay? Or it could be in a wrong time, okay? Say, for example, you just happen to be in the wrong side of the town where a lot of gang members are shooting each other, right? Now, if you go to that area quite often, what are the chances that you will get shot? You have a pretty good chance that you'll get shot, right? So here, unseemly hour could be nighttime, unseemly hour could be wrong time, right? Frequenting the streets. What streets? Streets that are bad, right? So now, by the way, why is Buddha talking about this before he actually talked about what those 6 directions are that we talk about, parents and this and that? Why is Buddha talking about this? So I just mentioned today, right? Okay, Ted.
So because like he's doing wrong stuff, he's technically considered like he's drunk, you know, like because he's doing wrong stuff.
Okay.
All of us do.
Okay.
Like it's like an analogy.
So what is the analogy here? So yeah, Buddha actually given the meaning of the analogy. What is the analogy here that represent? I just discussed that at the beginning. Remember, if you drink, if you drink, do drugs, or if you hang out with bad people, go to bad places at the wrong time, can you keep your head cool? No, you'll be stressed, right? So Buddha is talking about this is the example or analogy of his father told this Sigala about what in the head and what in the dress. Meaning, only when you don't do these, you'll keep your head cool. You will not be angry. You will not have problems in your life. Okay, that's what it means. That's the reason why Buddha is explaining all these. Okay, so the 6 things are, he himself is without guard or protection. Definitely, if you go to the wrong place, wrong time, you could be in big trouble, right? As I just mentioned, if you go to wrong place where the gangsters are, they're shooting all the time. If you go there quite often, there's a good chance that you could get shot. Okay. When I was working at a different hospital, one day, a little kid came to the hospital. He got shot here. He's dead, right? Now, unfortunately, the little kid was dead. The parents wanted to donate his body, which is a good thing. So I had to get involved, even though I don't take care of kids, but whenever there's an organ donation, I had to get involved. So of course, the mother and father's crying. So I had to ask them to sign some paperwork so that they can donate the body to the good scientific research. And I had to do some preparation, some procedures. So then I asked, hey, what happened? So, well, you know, we're a little poor. We live in the bad part of the town. So there was some shooting outside. My son, he was just taking the blind up. He just peeked outside. One of the stray bullet came, die on the spot. Okay. So if you happen to live in the wrong side of the town, or if you go to the wrong place at the wrong time, that could happen to you. So if you go to the wrong place at the wrong time, you have no protection. Now, if you have no protection, the chances are that your wife and your children will not be protected either. Let's say something happened to the husband. Husband died, then wife and children will be in trouble, right? Remember, at the time, not like in this country, only the father is the breadwinner, right? Father is the only person who makes money, right? Mother usually do not work. Now, the father died, guess what to the wife? What happened to the wife and the kids? They will be in big trouble. And as it's his property, right? So if he gets into trouble, he could lose his house, his belongings. Now, not only that, because if you go to the wrong place at wrong time, a lot of people will think that you yourself is a bad guy, even if you're a great guy, good guy. But people will start talking about, oh, he's a bad guy, he's dealing drugs. That's the reason why he's going to that place at nighttime, at the wrong time, right? If you're a girl, they will think that you're a bad girl, right? Here's the subject of false rumors. And people will start talking about you in a negative way. He will meet a lot of troubles. So these are the 6 perils or 6 dangers of going to the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay. All right, very good. So we're going to move on to next one. All right. Tonya D, could you read this for us, please?
The whole?
Yes, please.
Like every single sentence?
Yes.
There are 6 perils from the haunting of fairs. He is ever thinking, where is their dancing? Where is their singing? Where is their music? Where are the what is this?
Recitations?
Recitations? Where are the symbols? Where are the tom-tom performances?
All right. So these are the 6 perils from haunting of fairs. What does it mean by haunting of fairs? When?
Like going into like amusement park, like a fair.
Yeah, going to carnivals all the time. So remember at the time of Buddha or even today, so they didn't have theme park, but they have carnivals. So those carnivals go around, the villages go around different towns. Whenever there's carnivals, what do you have in carnivals? So many stuff, right? You have dancers, they sell alcohol, there's gambling, right? There's music, there's food. So all these things. Now, haunting of fairs mean if you go to those carnival, if you go to those sales, haunting, meaning you literally go from one carnival to the other every day. So if you do that once in a while because there's a special carnival next to your town, that's okay. But this is someone who is going to the carnivals and the fairs all the time. So that person, he is ever thinking, where's that dancing? I want to go dance. Where's the singing? I love to sing. What's music? Oh, I can get away from that K-pop music. I love it. Right? Where are the recitations? Okay. Where are the symbols? Or the Tum-Tums performances. Here, Tum-Tums here, what does it mean by Tum-Tums performances?
Drum.
Yeah, so Tum-Tummy, the tummy dance, right? How many of you ever seen the Indian tummy dance?
I think it's a belly dance.
Tummy dance or belly dance, right? They call it Tum-Tums. They're really good. All these Indian ladies really good at tummy dance or belly dance, right? So if you are addicted to these, you think you will be able to keep yourself cool? No, you will be wasting all your money. How many of you have been to carnivals? Raise your hand. I want to see. Yeah, a lot of you. Okay.
Does it count if I went to a Disney show?
Not me. No, the carnivals are like Piabwe in Burma. I don't know whether you have been to Zebue or like that. So where you have no. Okay. So I'm not sure in Singapore how it will be like. So in the United States we have carnivals. So these carnivals, they have all these games for kids and all these things that you can play. And there's drink, there's alcohol, there's gambling for adults, and there's dance, there's music. And are they very cheap or very, very expensive? They're very expensive, right? So if you are that type of person going to those kind of fairs and carnivals all the time, you will be wasting your money. You'll be wasting your energy, right? And you will not be able to focus on your studies. You will not be able to focus on your business. So these are the 6 dangers of going to those kind of fairs all the time. Okay, because you'll be after these. You're attached to all these things, dancing, singing, music, you know, all these things that can take away all your wealth and great energy. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, Tata Kevin, could you read this for us, please?
There are 6 pearls for him who is
infatuated
with gambling. As a wigger, he begets hatred. As a loser mourns for his lost money, there is actual loss of wealth. His word has no weight in a court of law. He is despised by friends and companions. He is not sought after by those who would give or take in marriage, for they would say that a man who is a gambler cannot afford to keep a wife.
All right, that's interesting, right? Okay, so some of you may not familiar with the word infatuated. So infatuated means you're so attracted to, you're so attached to something or someone. Okay, so for example, I am infatuated to, let's say, Jennifer Lopez, meaning I kind of worship and adore her, and I am so attached to her. So that's what infatuated means. So the word infatuated is you are like, you can't sleep without thinking about it. Okay, that's what infatuated means. You're really so much attached to someone or something. So sometimes it's even more than like a physical attachment kind of thing. Now here, someone is attracted or attached to gambling. Now, a lot of you might think that, hey, if I'm a winner, it's great. But the bad thing is that if you win, people who lose will hate you, right? Let's say you go gamble and you win all the money from others. Chances that they will hate you. They might even try to kill you to get their money back, right? So as a winner, you get hatred. That's no good. Well, guess what? If you're a loser, not good either, of course. Mourns for his lost money. If you lose, you will regret, you'll cry, you'll be sad, right? There is actual loss of wealth. His word has no weight in a court of law. For any reason, if you have to go to the judge, and if the judge say, or the someone say, oh, he's a gambler, the judge will not believe what you say because you are a gambler. Gamblers are not reliable. Nobody trusts gamblers. He is despised by friends and companions. Very soon, your friends and your companions will leave you. He is not sought after by those who will give or take in marriage, for they will say that a man who is a gambler cannot afford to keep a wife. Okay, so for any reason, if your spouse is a gambler, chances of that you'll be crying because your husband or wife will be wasting your money. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much you make, your partner will be wasting that money. Whatever amount of money you make, they will just gamble it, right? So because of that, you will never find a good spouse. Now here, it's important that I don't say you will never find a spouse. You will find a spouse, but your spouse could be like you, who also is a gambler. Then you will never have enough money, and very soon you both will become homeless, right? So if you are attached or attracted to gambling, you could have these 6 problems. Then your heart will be hot, your body will be hot, it will not be cold, it will not be cool. Okay, so that's what Buddha is talking about, the 6 perils from gambling. Okay, anybody agree? Or some of you might be thinking that, oh, hey, I can gamble, and if I win all the time, hey, not a big deal. Anybody thinking like that? No, right? Very good. All right, okay. Next one is perils associated with evil companions. Sarah, could you read that for us, please?
Please. Gamblers, libertines, drunkard, cheater with false things, swindler, men of violence.
Okay, all right. So basically, let's talk about who are the evil companions. We just talked about gamblers, right? Who are libertines, or some call libertines? Who are those? What do you think, Yuri?
Activists.
No, Ted.
People who just like do whatever they want.
Yeah, libertine means they're reckless.
Oh.
They don't have discipline. They're like homeless. They don't live in one single place. They just say, oh, yeah, it's okay. Let's go over there. Let's do this. So if you hang out with these people, you're in trouble. Drunkard, cheaters, swindler. So the word swindler has several meanings. But I don't want you to get involved with this. So this is mostly for adult. Okay, so people who are very promiscuous, they sleep with someone else's wife. Okay, so those are swindlers, right? So these are really bad. Men of violence. So Buddha is saying that if you hang out with these 6 types of people, you will be in trouble. Okay, no matter how much water you put on your head, on your hair, or on your clothes, your life will not be peaceful. You will not be cool. Right? So that's why Buddha is talking about avoid these. Okay? All right, very good. Okay, Tata Ricky, go ahead and read this for us, please.
There are perils of the habit of idleness. He says it is too hot and does no work. He says it is too cold and does no work. He says it is too early and does no work. He says it is too late and does no work. He says I am hungry too and does no work. He says I am too full and does no work.
All right. So there are pearls of the habit of idleness. What is idleness here? Kevin.
It's kind of like being lazy.
Yes. Lazy. Raise your hand if you're not lazy ever. No one, huh? Oh, Dylan's raised a hand. You were never lazy. That's good. So a lot of people don't find excuse to be lazy. Oh, winter's so cold. I don't want to get up. I just want to cuddle in my bed. It's too hot. I don't want to go outside and do exercise. Oh, today's Friday. I don't want to study. I just want to watch movie and sleep. Now, all these excuses, that leads you to laziness, right? So, in fact, when we were young, we didn't even know that these are taken from the sutta. We actually had to memorize in Burmese, okay? So here, all these 6 things. He said it's too hot and does no walk. So we say Pudi. He said it's too cold and does no walk. How do you say too cold in Burmese?
Yeah, eat it.
Yeah, eat it, right? Pudi edi. He said it's too early and does no walk. Too early mean?
Solone.
Solone, very good to me. He said it's too late.
Yeah, now jade.
Yeah, now jade, very good. So I'm too hungry and does no walk.
Yeah, by side.
Yeah, by side. So I'm too full and does no walk. Right? So now when we were young, we gotta learn this by heart. And now be honest. How many of you had this kind of excuse? At least one, raise your hand. Right? So there are days that you say, oh, it's too hot. Summer's too hot. It's scorching hot. I don't want to do any walk. I don't want to study. I just want to be in the air condition or watch a little movie or play my games. Oh, it's winter. It's too cold. Cold, mommy. I don't want to get up. I just want to sleep. Mom, Saturday. Why do you want me to wake up early? It's Saturday. I don't want to wake up. I want to sleep till 11 o'clock. Right? Oh, it's too late, Mom. Why do you want me to practice piano? It's 11 o'clock. I need to go to bed. I'm too hungry, Mommy. Can I do my homework later? I want to eat. Oh, Mommy, you got so good. I'm full now. Let me go lay down and watch movie.
That's gonna give you a stomach ache.
Well, that's what a lot of people do. That's a lot of what a lot of my kids do. They have all these things one way or the other. Maybe not you guys, but my kids, they always have one of these. That will lead you to be idleness, and that will lead you to be a lazy person and will not be successful in your life, right? So, Budi edi solon di nauja di salon di piwa di. So all these 6 things, right? So if you do one of these, and if you're a lazy person, you will be in trouble. Your head will be hot, your body will be hot. No matter how much water you put on your hair and you put on your body, you will not be at peace. You will not be cool. So that's what Buddha meant. That's what his father wanted him to understand. And he didn't know it till Buddha explained to him about all these. Right? Okay. So let's go to next. All right, Tata William, could you read this for us, please? All right, Dennis, could you read that for us? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Anna Hara, rapacious person. On foregrounds to be reckoned as a foe in the unselfishness of a friend. He is rapturous. He gives little and expects much. He gives a helping hand only when he himself is in danger. He pursues his own interests.
Thank you, Dad. So some of these words are a little unfamiliar with you. So the word rapacious means very, very, very greedy. Okay. So you should know this word for those of you who are in high school, and if you're going to go to college, so this will be the words that you might see in your SAT exam. Okay. So rapacious meaning very, very greedy person. Okay, on 4 grounds to be reckoned as a fool in the likeness of a friend. He is rapacious. Okay, very greedy. How greedy? He gives little, and in return he expects too much. So let's say I give Dylan, hey Dylan, here's a little present for you. I give him $1 worth of present, but I expect Dylan to give back to me $2,000 present. Okay. So that I am a greedy person.
That's a rip.
So, but there are a lot of people just like that. Okay. People will just give something to you, not because they're nice to you, but they are expecting something in return, which is 2,000 times more. Okay. Avoid that kind of person. He gives a helping hand only when he himself is in danger. So if he's not in danger, he doesn't call you, he doesn't ask you anything. Now, when he's in trouble, what he does is he gives you a call. Hey friend, what are you doing? Are you doing okay? Well, he's asking you whether you're doing okay or not, because he is in trouble. So, oh man, I miss you. I haven't talked to you so long. Are you okay? Do you need any help? Then you say, no, I'm fine, man. Yeah, I miss you too, blah, blah, blah. Then a few minutes later, he will start asking you, hey, you know what? I need some money. I'm a little broke. Could you send me some money? So you have that kind of friend, and be careful. You should even run away. Because a good friend will always call you no matter whether they need help from you or not. Now, let's say Thomas always call me, and Thomas tell me, hey, let's play games. Oh, I have found a cool game, and let's do it together. And that's good. And later down the line, he can, hey, I need some help. I need some money. I need some help. That's good. Versus someone who know me but never call me. Out of the blue, after several years, he give me a call. Hey man, I haven't talked to you for 2 years now. I miss you, man. How you doing? Are you okay? Is your family fine? Then after that, he started asking for help. He started asking for money. He started asking me to send money or this and that. Then I got to be very careful. Now, a lot of people are like that. And you're going to stay away from those type of people. He pursues his own interest. He is in fact not interested in you. Okay? He might pretend that he is interested in what you do, but for his own sake, for his own interest. Okay? So for example, let's say I'm a friend of Doña D, and I haven't talked to her for so many years. But one day, I just want to go visit Singapore. So I call her up. Hey, Damiton, when are you planning to come visit United States? Whenever you come to United States, come visit my house. I will let you stay at my house. Oh, by the way, hey, I'm visiting Singapore tomorrow. Can I stay at your house? Now, then I am a bad friend. Because number one, I haven't called her for 1,000 years. And number two, I'm just pretending that I am a nice person, inviting her to come to United States and stay at my house. But instead, what I'm expecting is I want to stay free at her house. People do that.
Excuse me, I do not live in Singapore.
Oh, I'm sorry, Demi. I'm just giving you an example. Don't worry. No matter what, I'm not. I'm just giving you an example to me. You live at, where do you live? You live in Rangoon?
I live in Yangon.
Yeah, okay. All right. No worry. I will visit your house when I come to Rangoon. But don't worry, I have my own place. I'm just giving you an example.
ဆရာရဲ့ဘာဖြစ်လို့ရန်ကုန်ကို Rangoon ခေါ်လာတယ်လဲ
Oh, okay. No, it doesn't matter that. So it's just a name. So if you actually are interested in the history, Yangon.
တသားကတည်တယ်ဟိုရခိုင်လူမျိုးတွေကရန်ကုန် Rangoon ခေါ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဟိုရှိကို British ကလည်းရန်ကုန် Rangoon ခေါ်လိုက်တယ်
Yeah, you're right. So there are two different stories. So number one, the word Yangon, okay, is a real Burmese pronunciation. Yangon. Okay, there's a history behind that too. Now, you mentioned about Arakans or Rakhines because the actual Burmese pronunciation of Yagao is Ra. Okay, like Ra. So if you really want to pronounce correctly, it has to be Rankong. Okay, but the British is a different story. The British, they don't have that yan sound. So they spell with R, right? Ra, Rangon. So that's why. So, but anyway, I don't want to spend time explaining about that. So that's the reason why you have different pronunciation. But when the military government took over, they changed back all the British names back to original Burmese name. So that's why it has changed from Rangoon to Yangon back. Okay, so if you meet a very, very greedy person, you will find those kind of significant features of those kind of friends or so-called friends. Stay away from that. Okay, because if you hang out with these kind of friends, you will be in trouble. You will not be able to keep yourself cool because let's say he borrow some money from you. Do you think he will ever give it back to you? No, he will run away. He will never call you back after he got the money. Right? Okay. Okay. All right. Who want to read this? Dylan, can you read that for us, please?
Vishiparama, the man who pays lip service. On 4 grounds, the man of words, not deeds, is to be rugged as a fool in the likeness of a friend. He speaks to you about a fair path. He speaks to you about a fair future. He tries to gain your favor by empty sayings. When the opportunity for service has arisen, he avouls his disability.
All right, thank you, Da. So this is a Pali word called Vasi Prama. What I mean by that is someone who pays lip service. What is a lip service? It's a very famous word in English too. What do you think is a lip service, Dylan? Okay, all right, Josh.
Is it kiss?
Say it again, Da.
Kiss.
Kiss it? No. No. All right, Jackson.
He talks too much.
He talks too much? A little bit more than that. Sophia Tom?
I think it's someone who like they say false things about you to make yourself feel better, and then like they like use that against you.
Okay. Fairly close. Not quite there yet. Dennis?
Saying something to make you feel happy.
Saying something to make you feel happy. Okay, closer. Very good. Andrew? Okay. Where?
My answer is slandering.
Slandering? Okay, not quite. Tamitoyadi?
He's like talking about good stuff to get you on the bright side, and then he asks you for help.
Okay, very good, very good. Getting a lot closer. Okay, good. All right, Andrew. All right, William. Okay, Ted.
So basically, like, they're all correct, but you have to pay for it.
So you have to pay for it. Okay. So here's what lip service means. So someone who talks so flowery about, oh, you know what? Don't worry, man. I will help you. Imagine I'm your best friend. Come to me anytime you want. Whatever help you need, I will give you, man. But all he gives is just empty promises. Okay? So when you actually go ask for help, he will give you a very beautiful excuse. So here, Buddha explained that right here. He speaks to you about a fair past. So what I mean by that is, let's say I need some help. Okay? So I go to that friend, so-called friend who has very good lip service. Lip service means he just gives you the words, but empty words. Okay? So he said, so I went to him, hey man, I need help. You know, you said you're my best friend and I need help, man. Could you help me with some money? So he said, oh man, you know, last month I was making a lot of money, man. I have plenty of money. Then next month I'll have a great business. I'll be a millionaire. But today, man, I'm a little tight. You know, today's Saturday, bank is closed. I'm sorry, man, I can't really take money out from my bank. Okay, so whenever you ask for specific help, he will talk about how it was great in the past. We'll talk about how it will be great in the future. But he will not talk about today because you need help today. Okay, so that kind of lip service that he gives, so he will talk about the past, he'll talk about the future. So in Buddha's story, so Buddha mentioned that you need some rice or some food, you go ask your neighbor who always promise any help you need, come to me anytime, I will give you. Now, when you actually need help and when you go there, so, well, you know what? I have plenty of rice yesterday. But, you know, the other friend down the street, he just took it yesterday. I'm sorry, I don't have it anymore. But, you know, come back next week. I'll have more. But you said, no. I don't have anything to eat today. I need it today. Please share some rice for me. Then he will repeat the same thing. Oh, if you came yesterday, I had plenty. But that guy down the lane, he took it. Yeah, like you said, go ask him. But you know what? Come back next week. He said, no, I need to eat today. My family is hungry. My kids are hungry. Then he will keep on repeating the same thing. So that's the example Buddha gave. Now, it does happen like today too, like the example of, you know, giving money and you'll say, oh, the bank is closed, right? Oh, I lost my checkbook, right? I lost my credit card. He tried to gain your favor by empty sayings, right? All his words are empty. Oh, Dylan, I promise you, man, whatever help you need, just tell me, holler at me, give me a call, right? But not followed by actual doings. That's the empty sayings. When the opportunity for service has arisen, he avows his disability. So I say, oh, Kevin said, I talked to Kevin, anything you need, just give me a call. I'll come. I will run to your house and I will help you. So one day Kevin called me. Hey, uncle, you know, I really need to move my stuff from my room to the other room. I need some help. Can you come? Oh, Kevin, yeah, I wish I could help. You know what? I'm having back pain today. Oh, I played golf yesterday in the wrong way. My back hurts today. I'm sorry, man. Okay, so that is someone who give just the words, and when you actually ask them, they say, oh, they're disabled. Just for that day, or maybe just for that moment. And next thing you know is that this guy, so when Kevin called me, I told him that I'm having back pain. In the evening, he see me in the golf course playing golf. Said, hey, Angela, this morning you told me that you're having back pain. You know, I took a few tablets of Tylenol, it went away. I always have an excuse, right? So this kind of person is called Vasi Brahma, okay? Or Vishi Brahma, people who pay you lip service, okay? Sorry, not kissing.
Wow.
Okay, so, all right, so that, you're gonna stay away from these guys. Right? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, to me, Skylar. Skylar, to me, can you read this for us, please? Nupia bomb, flattener.
Flattener on four grounds. The flatter is to be
Reckoned as a fool.
reckoned as a fool and the likeness of a friend.
Okay, can you continue with me? He consent.
He consents you're doing wrong. He consents to doing great. He praises you to your face. He speaks ill of you to others.
Thank you, me. So this kind of friend is a flatterer. What is a flatterer? Michelle?
Someone who like praises you a lot to like try to get something out of it.
Right. So someone who is so good at words, oh, you look so beautiful. You know what? You're the most beautiful friend I ever had. Look at your hairs. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. Okay, be careful. She is going to do something. So that kind of friend, he consents to your doing wrong. So let's say you're doing something wrong. So that friend, so-called friend, would say, oh, you are doing great. You're doing right. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, these are the guys wrong. Okay, even though she or he knows that you are the wrong one, you are doing something wrong, then they don't stop you. If it's a good friend, they're supposed to stop you, right? Let's say I am drinking. Now, if you're a good friend, you're gonna tell me what? Stop it. Don't drink that, man. I'm your friend. That's what I'm telling you. Do not do that. Instead, when you do it, oh yeah, your birthday. Oh, this is weekend. You're tired. You worked hard the whole week.
I see why they call them flatterers. It's like when you get flattered, it's like you're happy and like it's like, yeah.
That's right, that. So he consent you to your doing wrong. He flatter you even if you're doing wrong, right? Let's say you're dancing and you're acting stupid. Okay, it's very embarrassing that maybe you're showing some of your private parts or you're doing something that you shouldn't in the public. So instead of, as a good friend, instead of telling, hey man, this is inappropriate, stop doing that. But that so-called friend will tell you, man, you dance great. Look at everybody looking at you, man. You're getting great attention. You're getting a lot of likes on Facebook, right? But you posted something stupid, but instead of calling you, hey, can you take off that post? That's bad, man. Embarrassing, that's not good. Instead, they call you, man, that was good. A lot of people are giving likes. You have 1,000 likes. That's bad, right? So that kind of flatterer You gotta be very careful. Okay, he consent to you doing right. So that person, okay, will praise you, flatter you, doesn't matter what you do, whether you do it right or wrong. But if he is consenting to, if you're doing right, that's actually great. But this person, they don't differentiate between right or wrong. They just straight up flatter you, okay? Just to get your favor. What happened? You like that kind of friend, right? Oh, she is my best friend because she likes you all the time. But in fact, she is actually pushing you the wrong way. He praises you to your face. So in front of you, he says, oh, you are the best man ever. But he speaks ill of you to others. Behind you, he or she speaks bad about you. So that kind of flatterer you need to avoid. If you don't avoid, again, you will be in trouble. You will not be able to keep your head cool. You will not be able to keep your body cool. No matter whether you wet your hair or your body, you will be in trouble. Okay? All right, very good. So it's 9 o'clock and I'm going to pause here.